The last normal moment. Berlin, 1914. A Germany people have not yet learned to fear. The city looks confident, almost calm, and that calm has a trap inside it. Because normal is not what lasts forever. It is what feels permanent, right before it breaks. Look at these streets, at the unhurried steps, at the shop windows arranged as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if the world signed a contract with stability. Now ask a simple question. If everything is so solid, why does it feel so fragile? Sometimes history does not arrive as an explosion. Sometimes it arrives as a cut, a clean edit. Life, then silence. To understand Berlin, you cannot stare only at the center. You have to see the connections. Put Germany on a map and place 3 pins. Berlin is the head, rules, order, decisions. A city that wants to look certain. Hamburg is the mouth, ships, trade, goods moving in and out, the country talking to the world. The Ruhr is the lungs, coal, steel, smoke, energy that powers everything else. If one of these points starts to cough, the whole country coughs with it. We will return to this map again and again, because a city is not buildings. A city is a system. Berlin in 1914 becomes clear when you build it from 3 parts. First, the center. Everything tightens there. Administration, money, symbols, pride. Second, the arteries, wide streets where people and transport flow, not random roads, but deliberate routes. Third, the stations. These are not just buildings, they are valves. They open and close the city's breath. If you hold these 3 landmarks in your head, you will not get lost. We will not jump around Berlin like postcards. We will move as if the city has a spine. Because reconstruction without geography is just pretty images. Now we drop to street level, eye height, human speed. A street in 1914 is a display of confidence. Clothes are strict. Posture is controlled. Even the pace feels rehearsed. The shop windows shine with certainty, as if the future is already paid for. And here is a detail people miss. When a society feels strong, it loves symbols, uniforms, flags, parades, order that looks natural. Above this calm picture, one familiar figure hangs over the era, not as a person, but as a sign. A face you are expected to recognize. The city does not say it out loud, but it wants you to feel it. This is stability. If you want to hear Berlin's heartbeat, watch the tram. It moves like a metronome. Stop, bell, motion. Stop, bell, motion. People adjust to that rhythm without thinking. Horse carriages are still nearby. Early cars exist too, but they are not the main story. The main story is flow. Flow makes a city feel calm, because when everything moves on schedule, life starts to feel scheduled as well. That is why a disruption here does not feel like an inconvenience. It feels like a warning. Not a siren, just a tiny shift in tempo, a rhythm that suddenly sounds off. Now we do what real documentary storytelling loves, a reality check. Take a city plan, lay it over the view from above. The lines match, the turns match, the axes lead exactly where they should. In that moment, reconstruction stops being a nice picture. It becomes evidence. And your brain clicks. You stop looking at Berlin as a distant past. You start seeing it as a place you could stand in. A street is no longer decoration. It becomes direction. This is the power of alignment. It removes the doubt. And once doubt is gone, the city feels real enough to lose. A station in 1914 is a theatre of discipline. Steam, metal, crowds, porters with luggage, tight faces, bodies moving with purpose. Timetables do not simply hang there, they command. Here, people feel the state as a machine, and the machine seems to work smoothly, reliably, with confidence. But machines have one special trait. They do not warn you. They only change their sound, a little harder, a little faster, a little less human. And if you listen closely, a strange thought appears. In a few weeks, these same platforms will look different. Now a short step toward water. Hamburg. A port is where a country speaks to the world. Ropes, crates, warehouses, cranes. Work that never fully stops. There is less ceremony here. More noise, more weight, more scale. And scale explains confidence, because the calm of the capital is fed by what arrives on time. Supplies, contracts, cargo. As long as ships come in like clockwork, it feels like life also comes in like clockwork. The center looks stable because something else keeps it fed. A chain of movement you do not see when you stare only at grand streets. Now the air gets heavier, the Ruhr. Here Germany breathes coal and steel. Smoke does not look like disaster. It looks like habit. This industry feeds the country and makes it feel strong. But strength has a price. Because next to the polished Germany, there is always another one. Hands stained black, homes tighter, fatigue that grows faster than money. And this is where normal begins to crack. Not loudly, not in headlines, just as a thin line between a shining shop window and a crowded courtyard. Two Germanys, one street apart. We return to Berlin, back to the same street. At first glance, it is still normal. The tram runs, the windows shine, footsteps keep a steady rhythm. But now you know what holds this world together. Schedules, flows, discipline, the belief that tomorrow will copy today. And sometimes history does not arrive with fire. Sometimes it arrives as an edit, a clean cut. Life, then nothing. A frame exists, and then it does not. And in the silence after that cut, you understand something simple. Normal is the most fragile thing a country can have. Even without the war, this Berlin wouldn't have stayed. The social cracks were already there. Two worlds on one street don't live forever. The monarchy was dying, reforms were demanded. War only accelerated what was already beginning. But it accelerated in 4 years instead of 40, and that's the difference between evolution and explosion.